Okay. And in terms of timeframes, how do we need to? How realistic is to make a big change, David? I mean, is it all about small steps, or is it the time going to pass if we don't do a big bang now? What's your view?
Well, I think realistically there isn't going to be a big bang. We've talked about it before already in this discussion. There is momentum, and I think this discussion, the Green Book, all of that is just going to add to that momentum. So the momentum, I'm confident, will gather. And people, once they've broken through that little perception myth about budget, they take sustainability on board. It's not a huge, massive change to the way you're doing business, but sustainable business is better business and will then stop compromising the needs of the future generations. So yeah, I think it is going to be a process, a journey, but it doesn't have to be slow. I think it will gather momentum and pace as we progress.
Sure. And Marissa, I guess it's not all just about associations, right? Who, in your opinion, has been and should be stepping up to champion sustainable messages in the industry?
To be honest, I think we all need to. I think the organisers need to look at their sampling regulations, what they're allowed to happen on their shows. I think the exhibitors need to look at what they're doing and how they're doing it. I think the venues have a huge role to play, and some of the venues have very, very robust sustainability and waste management policies. I do a lot of work at Olympia, and they really have a very good attitude and a very collaborative attitude to sustainability. I think we all have a part to play, and we all need to step up. We all need to step up and play it. It's very easy, particularly for the supply chain, to feel it's all coming back down to them. They need confidence that if they are innovating products, that organisers, exhibitors are going to take advantage of that innovation, and organisers need to know that it's not going to cost them the arm and the leg, and the venues need to do what they're doing and more to help us, because they're at the coalface with so many of the services, cleaning, electrics, water, catering. There's a lot that can be done if we all work together.
Yeah, I mean, catering's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, as a show organizer and visitors, I think, and this is not to be disparaging against venues, but, we go there, it's sometimes quite expensive. And we do see rubbish and all this, and it's not sustainable. So, David, just sort of any sort of final views on that in terms of who else outside of industry associations can be championing these messages?
I think just picking up on what Marissa said, there is actually already a lot of good practice happening, and it's just sharing that best practice by whatever means, whether that's through the Green Book and linking people with case studies and examples of businesses that are sort of doing it the right way, or events like this, just sort of spreading the word really and sharing best practice. And again, it's that collaboration. So venues should be passing on to organisers the recommended good suppliers. Organisers should be filtering that down through their rules and regulations and adding sustainability robustly into the manuals. So it's not all down to the supplier base and designers. It's a joint effort across the board.
I hear to that. And Maya, in terms of Reset Connect, because obviously it's a relatively new business, what sort of things are you going to speak to people about, and potential clients and existing ones, regarding this and the sort of measures they can put in place and the benefits of doing so?
Well, so we're interviewing businesses who have got something that's, we think, inspiring or useful, share. So we'll look at businesses that maybe have already gone carbon neutral, who've incorporated a new business model. So sometimes that's fashion moving to a rental model, or it could be going to a circular model. And we've also got there's product as a service is becoming quite popular. So we've got a kitchen company who, rather than you buy your kitchen and you own it, and then at the end of its life you're responsible for it, you actually buy it as a service. So anytime you want an upgrade or a change in any way, it's their product, so they're responsible for all the components. So we look at people who've got interesting models and interesting stories, so that rather than reinventing the wheel, we can all learn from each other, including challenges and failures, because we can learn just as much from the failures as the successes.